What's going on? It's your boy checking in. You know what it is. It's Monday. We made it through another day. You know, a couple more days for my little quick vacay. So, you know what it is. Saw a post from one of my friends on Facebook, and this young lady said, "I'm catching chips. I'm catching flights, not feelings." And I love that saying. You know, it's was definitely one of my favorite sayings back in 2024. Definitely one of my favorite sayings in 2025 and whatnot, because, you know, you wait on people and you wait till the day you die. You know, I always say, like, if you wait on people, you wait till the day you die. If I would have waited on folks to go to LA, I never would have went to Los Angeles. I'm from the DMV area, where for a lot of people, the only places they want to go is the Outer Banks. People big on, and I get it, road trips are, you know, for the most part, they can be way more cheaper, you know, less expensive, you know, but I took them, see, me growing up on the East Coast, for those that don't know, on the East Coast, you got I-95, and I-95, for the most part, it can take you up and down the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, all the way up to New York City, all the way up to Canada and whatnot. Well, it'll get you to the highways that'll get you up to Canada, Vermont, Maine, and all that good stuff, upstate New York. You know, it can get you there. So taking a road trip, for me, ain't nothing, because I did that growing up. I did a lot of that growing up. So as a grown man, it's like, if it's, you know, not a flight to get me off the coast that I live on, then it ain't a real trip for me. And like I said, in 2026, you know, I'm ready to start taking those, you know, foreign trips, you know, Maldives, Africa, you know, the Caribbean. I'm ready to go see the world, because there's a big world out here, and I want to take a mother effing bite out of it. You feel me? And I implore you all to do the same thing. Why? Because life is too freaking short, and if you wait on people to get things done, then you be constantly living under a gun. Okay? And I stand on that, as they say back in the day. You know, I stand on mine when I say that. You know. So shout out to those who have been to states and countries that they've never been to for the first time in 2025. You know, before this year's over with, I'll be going to the UK, getting a spot of tea and some crumpets, and say bollocks to you all, piss off, all that good stuff. So shout out to those who are, you know, taking trips, not worried about catching feelings. Shout out to those who are making money moves. Shout out to those who are just getting it. If you're accomplishing something with school, if you're getting it in with your job, if you're getting promoted, if you're starting a business, you know, I'm bringing positivity to the equation, because I know with the algorithm, for the most part, it loves negativity, but I'm just bringing positivity to any and everybody, and I'll leave it at that. So, because, you know, speaking of negativity, what happened with the brawl, the fight that happened in Cincinnati. And shout out to those who have subscribed to my specifically YouTube channel. But if you hit me up on, if you follow me on Instagram, hit me up on TikTok, appreciate that as well. As of Saturday, I have subscriptions on TikTok. If you want to be a subscriber on TikTok, hit me up. If you want to be a subscriber on YouTube, hit me up. I mean, you know, the membership is real cheap. It's $1.99. So, you know, greatly appreciate it. Or like I always say, just hit the like button if you're watching. That's good too. You know, great three things. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to the day I mother effing die. Anyways, alright, so the whole situation, the country's in an uproar. I don't know why. It's not like fights like this don't happen all the time. They're in an uproar over these specific people from Russia getting into a fight with these black Americans. So here's my thing, and I'm not coming at this from a race perspective, I'm just coming at this from a realistic perspective. I don't care what part of the world you're in, but I know one thing. I've only been to one country in my life, and it's Canada. And I don't go to another country willingly trying to start a fight with people, especially the citizens of that country. Because one, usually most of the time, I mean, you hear about all the time Americans getting locked up in other countries because, you know, either the country is corrupt or they pissed somebody off within that country and did something wrong, did something illegal, and got in trouble. Case in point, one of the passport bros, I believe, allegedly, he got banned or was about to get banned from Brazil because of one of the passport bros. I'm not going to say his name, but I believe he is originally from Houston, Texas. Because he was, as Brazil said, he was putting Brazil in a negative light And I was like, well, I called BS on that one, number one, because, you know, it's Brazil. It's not like they don't have freaky stuff going on down there. But, as Corey Holcomb would say, but I will say this. When you go to another country, you're supposed to abide by the rules. Whether you believe in the rules or not is irrelevant. But if you go to another country trying to start fights with people, one thing, I don't care where you are on this planet. If somebody smacks me in my face, you better be ready to die or kill me, one or the other. And I'm not advocating for violence. I'm just speaking on being real with it, okay? The whole situation that happened in Cincinnati, okay? If somebody smacks me in my face, it's blackout time. And that's what happened. I seen all of the video of what happened in Cincinnati. Somebody slapped this individual in the face who wasn't even a part of the original fight to begin with. And that's when people blacked out and they got stomped on, you know? Kind of goes back to, I think it's been 2 years now, when the Montgomery Brawl happened, when they jumped this man. All these 4 to 5 guys jumped this guy. And next thing you know, his people, his co-workers and the people that were there stood up for him and had his back, you know, and they got the crap kicked out of him, you know, because it's one thing when 5 people are jumping on one person, but it's another thing when it's an even fight and whatnot. And then you get, as they say, as my brother would say, you get that work, you get the business, you know what I'm saying? But, case in point, I don't advocate for violence on any level. But I don't care who you are, I don't care what your race is, religion, whatever the case may be. You start stuff with people, you better be ready to die, especially in today's world, because people are quick to pull out a gun, pull out a knife. So, I mean, to be honest with you, we're talking about the state of Ohio. People pack in Ohio. You know, like my home state of Virginia, they pack in Ohio, you know, in Virginia, you know, concealed weapons all around. So, these people are lucky that, you know, that they didn't get blasted on. You know, shot at. They're lucky that it was, and once again, I don't advocate for violence, but once again, you put your hands on somebody, all bets are off. And I just got to speak on that, you know, but it is what it is in that aspect. And, you know, we'll see what happens, you know, because of course everything's politicized nowadays. You know, going to the restroom is politicized. You know, me walking down the street in today's world is considered to be politicized right now. So, that's just the way we live in. But yeah, it's just like you come at people, you're going to face the consequences. That's why I usually just stay in my lane, keep it nice, calm, cool, collective, and mellow, you know, and, you know, say hello. You know, that's how I operate. But, you know, everybody else lives in a world where they think they can just put their hands on people. And, you know, the end of summer is near. And I know people usually get crazy around the summertime. I mean, heck, you know, California and Texas and Florida, they always got something going on because it's always hot there, especially in Texas and Florida and whatnot. California gets a little bit of cold weather. Texas gets a little bit of cold weather, but, you know, it's usually not that crazy unless you like go to California. But case in point of the matter is, you put your hands on somebody, it's going to be all she wrote. And do you really want that drama? Do you really want that heat? The question's up to you. It's not. I mean, you know, the choice is up to you. It's not up to me. You know, I'll leave it at that. Number one. But number two, like I said, if you're watching, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to my LarrysAnythingGoes LLC on YouTube, please do so. If you want to become a member, you know, got a little membership fee. Comes with some little quirks and all that good stuff. And same thing with TikTok. Got my subscriptions going, so you know we making money move so that we don't live broke like a fool. You feel me? And I stand on that. You know, time is money and money is time. And I got to get mine. Forgive me, I'm a little goofy. I just got home from the gym, so I've been up since 3:30 this morning. Went to work, handled my business, went to the gym. I'll be ready to crash and burn in the next 2 to 3 hours. I say at the most 3 hours, so, but it's all good. Got my energy drink, natural energy drink, not that Red Bull crap. But anyways, I'm gonna go live later on TikTok to talk about this passage that was from 50 Cent's book. I don't want to be in a more relaxed atmosphere because I'm multitasking right now. I'm almost finished reading 50 Cent's book. I had the pleasure of meeting him last year at the Best Festival. I will be in ATL at the end of the month. Shout out ATL and Best Fest. You know what it is. Keith Lee's gonna be there. Issa Rae's gonna be there. So you know, I don't watch sports, economics and business and investment. That's my NFL. This is like me going to the Super Bowl and Best Fest. So, and the ticket is way cheaper than going to the Super Bowl too. So it's a much better situation at the end of the day. So, anyways, I'm gonna get ready to handle my business, get my cook on. You know, cooking some steaks. Got to get that protein, get the body lean and mean. But right now I'm gonna eat my good old chicken or pollo. porque tengo hambre. Necesito comer. Anyways, on that note, family, do the great TV thing. Play, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves so you're going to live well like bulls. They say in Spanish. Bienvenido a la vida. Welcome to the life.